Yo, what's going on, guys? Good morning, good morning. Happy to see you on here. Let me grab the chat here so I can pop it out. Pop out chat. Yo, Kevin Dan, what's up, guys? Good morning, good morning. Let's get ready to start the day. Let's get ready to start the day. Yesterday, really good day. I posted up the recap on the YouTube channel. So we had a really good day yesterday. Looking forward to building off of that today. Going to be a little bit more hands-off-ish, I would say, this morning as I wait for later on today the Fed minutes to come out. Usually that's around, I want to say it's around 2 or so. I want to say trying to see if I can find that real quick here. So it's today, yep, around 2 o'clock. Come on, where did I go? I just lost it. I saw it there. It's 2 o'clock if I'm not mistaken. Anyone can double check it if they want. All right, so the watch list has been sent out, guys. If you don't get the watch list in your inbox, make sure, 2 o'clock, perfect, Dan, thank you. Make sure, guys, to sign up for the watch list there. I'm going to pull it up here on my other computer real quick, so we can start going through this here. Boom. Let's get over here to the equities chart. Turn this into the daily chart real quick, and we can get to work the SPY. So today I'm not thinking there's, I mean, we should have some directional moves this morning, but I don't think it'll be anything out of this world. I think you'll have a little bit of a choppier session in the morning. Could be wrong, but I think you'll have a little bit of a choppier session this morning as people wait for those Fed minutes to start to come out later this afternoon. All right. So if if the Fed minutes come out and I think that they'll be hawkish, I think we'll go lower. So what I'm watching for this morning is I'm watching the $400 zone right here on the SPY. You can see previous support at this level. Resistance there. If you scroll back, resistance, right? If you keep scrolling back, you see more support back here. And the big time back here from this gap at 400. So watching 400, if 400 can hold resistance, then I think that we can definitely go lower. If 400 gets broken to the upside and then held as support, then I think we could see a little pop there to 405. So I'm watching really at 395 to 405 range on the SPY, and I think we could easily get down there towards 395, 394, especially if those Fed minutes come out hawkish later today. All right, so that's what I'm going to be watching here this morning. Yo, Great Dane, what's up? So that's what I'm going to be watching here this morning on the SPY. Then we have LLAP. This one came out with some news this morning. I was watching this 340 to 360 area, right? Because we have all this previous support from back here, and then you have this previous resistance here. Now we're under that and under the 200-day moving average. You really want to see this thing get up and over that level. If it doesn't, then I think you could sell off a little bit more, maybe down here to 250s, 240s. So keep a close eye on that. Francisco, what's up? What's up? So keep a close eye on that one there on LLAP. Then we got Tesla. Tesla really just watching this this $200 area. If $200 can continue to hold resistance, you can see here previous level of resistance. Let's clean up this chart a little bit here so it's not so distracting. All right, you got that previous level of resistance there at 200, also previous level of support, right? Now we're underneath it. We would expect that based off of yesterday's lesson, guys. Remember yesterday's lesson, support and resistance zones? We'd expect that level to possibly hold resistance, and we could see it start to fade itself down to about 188 or so. If you scroll back here, yesterday's action, well, not yesterday's action, action from the 13th, all the way down here to 188. So I think we could get down there. It'll take a little bit of time, I think, maybe a couple days. But if things get wild, you could obviously see it all in one day. Walmart yesterday, huge day, showing what? Relative strength. If somehow the SPY today gets a little bit saucy and pushes up, you could see Walmart make an attempt at 150. All right, relative strength going on in Walmart. Keep an eye on that one there. If it can get up and over 148, and holds 147 support. All right, we got a few seconds to the bell here this morning, guys. Good luck. Any questions, don't hesitate to reach out. Let's have a killer day. All right, guys. There's the bell. Let's get it. Francisco, good morning. What's going on, man? The Beast, you out there? If you are, good morning, good morning. Lewis, what's up? What's going on, guys? Did you guys have a good start to the week yesterday? We nailed a good one here. Short on the ES. Let's see if this SPY stays under that 400 level. The ES, really, I'm watching 415, 4015 to 4020 for resistance. You got room to fall if you drop under 405, 4005. Let me get you that other chart here real quick. All right, so here is 4020 resistance. And then you have this 4005, basically 4,000 support zone. There you go. We can break down, that could bode well there for a little bit more of a sell-off. Quick push here on the ES towards 4014. Yeah, guys, so like I was saying, I'm going to save, a lot of firepower today for the FOMC minutes later on today at 2. I'm going to stick around here, obviously, for a while. Going to see if we can get a little trade in, but I suspect a little bit more of a choppier session, Just suspect a little bit more of a choppier session, so I really don't want to shoot all my ammo at once. Guys, if you see anything good out there, let me know. Just throw it up in chat. We'll switch screens to it. LLAP just selling off here. Off the opening bell. Oh, guys, today I came across, and I kind of forgot about that. Trade Ideas has this free swing trading ebook. So if you're into swing trading, let me get you that. You can download it right here on this link I'm gonna give you right now. There you go. It's in chat. All right, so you're getting a drop back down here. It's a little bit early for me to jump into a trade. I was looking at, 40.15 area on the ES for resistance. We got up there towards 40.14 or so, 40.15 zone. Now we're pulling back down to 40.08. I couldn't just jump in there short. There's no way in the world. It's way too early. I want to wait, see if I can get a clean pattern like yesterday. A nice clean setup. I got a slight little gap up here on the SPY. If we can break the day's low, you could see a little gap fill back down there. But right now, we're just straight up sideways trading. We got 2 3-minute candles on the SPY. Let me make sure you can see that. Yeah. So here you go. Here is the action so far this morning since the open. All right. We've only been open 6 minutes, and this is what you have. Just 1, 2, 3 sideways candles. Right now, the day's low is holding. If that cracks, I think you could get down here and maybe test yesterday's close. At which point in time, I think it breaks and we can get down here to this pivot, maybe even sell off a little bit. If we do sell off and we get under 4,000 on the ES, then I'm going to watch and see if 4,000 can be an area of resistance on any bounce back attempts on that ES, so I can get short in front of that level. All right, guys, we're just chopping around right now. Oh, right back up there towards the highs. Just chopping around, really. That's all you're getting here. Chop, 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 chop. It almost feels like it's gearing up for a nice little pop, to be honest. On the ES flag, like here. Wait, let me see. Can you see the chart? Yeah, here and here in this 3-minute chart. Together with the overnight session. Let me drop this down to like a 15-minute chart. If you go with a little 15-minute chart, yeah, you have a little bit of a bullish pennant there. Yeah, I'm thinking it's gearing up for a little run, but I mean, you know, the further out you go, the less bullish it looks, you know what I mean? You have a 60-minute chart, which is the same one as over here. So yeah, you could get a little pop here right back towards 40.20. There you go. SPY right back to those 400s. Let me adjust this line here to these pivot lows. There we go. That's the area. I mean, it looks like it's going to break right above that. And like I said, if it does, we could see a little bit of a grinding move higher. But so far this morning, rather choppy. Really, really choppy. And not to mention, look at the volume. Look at this volume right here. It's so small. Here's your volume this morning. Look how small that volume is. It's really, really, really small volume. Yeah, you see it, okay. Okay, so far the ES this morning has been like on a 4 or 5 point range. Yeah, exactly, Dan. It's like everyone's waiting. And this is almost like what we see typically on Fed days. Today's Fed just it's not Fed days. Nobody's coming out to talk or anything, but we're gonna get the minutes from that last meeting. And that, you know, could have some verbiage in it that could give this market a little bit more direction. And that's why everything's kind of like at a standstill. It's quiet, right? You know, not much is going on. It's exactly because of that reason. LLAP, guys. Keep an eye on this one. Watch for that possible VWAP to break and become a level of support. I don't like where it's at now. I mean, this is a huge gap up as it is. Just something to keep an eye on. My God, look at these charts. They look horrendous. Walmart Breaking down under 147. Tesla doing nothing but sideways. Apple drifting a little bit. The Q's looking a little bit strongish, I guess you could say. Guys, remember when a firm was like over 150 bucks? What in the world? That one showing some strength this morning, decent volume. That GME was going to like $10 billion. It's 21 bucks. All right, you know what? We're not going to sit here in silence. So I'm going to throw out a question there. You know what? I'm going to throw out a question there, see what you guys say. What's your favorite pattern to trade? Yeah, I get asked all the questions all the time. Today I'm going to ask you guys a question. What is your favorite pattern to trade? Throw it up there in chat and let me know. Oh, we got an extension there. We're getting a little bit of an extension there on the SPY. All right, guys, looking like maybe that'll be a bit of a false breakout there. We'll see. All right, let me see what we got here. We got 3-minute breakout and retest. Only trade futures, breakout, but in simulator. That's fine. I mean, that's the pattern you like, breakout. You could trade, like, the patterns you can trade them, like you guys seen. I trade the same patterns I trade here, trading futures. I trade on stocks. Double bottom or double top or bottom. Nice. Head and shoulders. Yep. Good morning, y'all. HOTH is about to blow short socks off. Let's have a good day. HOTH. It definitely has some potential. It definitely has potential. Double bottom at support. Adriana. Yo, Adriana, haven't seen you in a few days. You've just been lurking, huh? Thank you for typing. Shash double top and bottom. Nice, nice. Contracts. VWAP. Just I don't use indicators on futures. Bull flag, cup and handle. Support and resistance lines from the weekly chart. Nice. I like that. Those larger guys, patterns found on larger time frames tend to have the biggest validity. I'm a scalper, so I like to trade 1 minute setups. Good stuff, good stuff. As long as it works for you. ABCD, boom. I love the ABCD patterns. Love double bottoms, so do I. Double bottoms are freaking awesome. Anything, hey, anything goes as long as it works. Good stuff, guys. Cup and handles. Cup and handles. I like cup and handle. Cup and handle is one of my favorite swing trade setups, to be honest. One of my best swing trades was actually on GME way back before it went insane. So I was trading it in the teens. It was forming a cup and handle on the daily chart. Had 1,000 shares of it. It ripped like $2 or $3. I was still holding on to the position. But I had a trailing stop going, if I remember correctly. The video's up on YouTube somewhere. I went over it during a live stream at night. Ended up making a little bit over $1,000, I think, on the trade. So it wasn't a loss. It wasn't bad, right? But man, that thing went insane a month later. I want to say a month later. God. If only I could have. Good stuff, guys. Those are all good patterns. Trading patterns is definitely my favorite way of trading, to be honest. Trading patterns, by far, my favorite. On HOTH, guys, those of you following that one, you got resistance here at this 375 zone. If it gets over 375, that's when it can get a little crazy. This is right off the daily chart. You can see resistance, resistance, and you see support back here. If it can get over 375, it's got room. You could see this thing in the mid fours. All right, just keep a close eye on that. Just support and resistance and SMA 200. Good stuff. Yep, support and resistance with volume. It's really all you need, guys. Guys, remember volume. Volume is absolutely essential. It's the key to almost everything. When you have a breakout, if the volume isn't there with it, you can probably see that thing fade back down. If you have a breakdown and the volume isn't there with it, you could probably see that thing get bought right back up. So you want to make sure that you get high volume breaks, you know, when you're breaking a resistance zone or when you're breaking down a support zone, etc. All right, so far in this 15-minute chart here, the ES hasn't done a whole lot. It did bounce nicely off of those low 4,000s. Let's take this back towards that 3-minute chart. What I want you to notice here is so far we're inside of this channel still that we drew this morning, and look at these huge wicks every time we push up into that 40-20 zone. I'd like to see it get up in there and test it a little bit more thoroughly before I think about any sort of short trade or anything really. I mean, if it breaks 40-20 and holds support, you have room there towards 40-25. But like I said, so far this morning, rather choppy, and I'm not surprised. So 9:52 a.m., guys, almost the first 30 minutes of the day are gone. Well, let's see what happens here this morning. So far, no trades for me. I will be looking actively this afternoon when the FOMC minutes come out to be a little bit more active. This morning here, like I said, I came into the morning a little bit more with a hands-off approach. Why? Because I want to conserve capital in the account, but more importantly, I want to conserve mental capital. The last thing I want to do is if I come into the day and the first thing I say is I think it's going to be a choppy morning session, the last thing I want to do is take a couple of trades and get chopped up and be red on the day. I'm just going to be in a bad mood when it comes to my trading for the rest of the day. And then when the FOMC minutes drop later on in the afternoon, I might not be in the right headspace to trade. So I'd rather just sit here, watch and wait. If I get an easy setup, I'll take it. If not, I'll wait until 2 p.m. Jeffrey says he agrees. Yep. There's no sense in, it's like, I don't know how many of you guys out there go fishing, right? When I'm going to go fishing, I look at the weather. And I'm making sure that the weather is to my liking, especially when we're going out on the boat, right? Because safety at that point comes into a big concern as well. So I pick and choose my days. You know, if tomorrow I want to go fishing, but the weather doesn't line up with what I like, I don't go. I wait for a good weather window. It's the same thing when it comes to trading. Trading is difficult. There's a lot of people on YouTube that can tell you trading is easy. And they'll have a day like yesterday, right? I had a nice $1,000 day yesterday. Oh, easy, 10-minute trade. Look at me, and all that nonsense, right? And then they'll fool you and tell you trading is easy. Trading is difficult. It's possibly one of the most difficult things you'll ever do in your entire life at the professional level, okay? Why make it that much more difficult by trading outside of your parameters, your patterns, your setups, the weather windows, if you will, that you like to trade in? TikTok traders and a lot of YouTube ones. And a lot of YouTube ones. Wall Street Shark says, finally someone's saying it. Someone's saying it. Man, people, you know why they tell you guys that trading is easy? Because they just want you to buy the course. I have a course for sale, but I'm not going to BS you. What is that, man? I like to go to sleep at night and put my head down on the pillow and have a good night's sleep. You know what I mean? No, trading is difficult. It's like I'm telling you, and I've been self-employed for 17 years or so. Trading has been the most difficult endeavor I've ever gone after. Ever. It's hard. It's hard. Especially when you come into the field with no training whatsoever. You've gone through no courses, done no, no research, no paper trading. Oh my God, bro. There you go, Jeffrey. I've mini golf. Yeah, I've never gone golfing, right? And that's something that's ever attracted me to go do. But I can admit one thing right out the gate. That is not easy. That little ass ball. You're going to hit it with that other little freaking, whatever you call it, the golf club. And then you're going to send that thing, a couple 100 yards. Bro, no, that's difficult. especially, yeah, because anybody can hit it, right? You give anybody a gun, you put them at the range to shoot, right? With their pistol. And without any training, they're going to shoot. Just like somebody will hit the golf ball with the club. They'll hit it, but they ain't going to put it where it's supposed to go. It's the same thing with trading. Anyone can hit the buy and the sell button. Anyone can hit the buy and sell button. But it takes skill to know when to hit the buy and sell button and when to, more importantly, not hit the buy and sell button. If I had a mic, I'd just drop it. Bang. Turn off the stream, walk away. Yeah, it's super hard. Exactly, Wall Street Shark. Dan says, damn, I saw one on YouTube. It had no entry reason, no exit plan, just saying, look how much I made. I've seen videos like that. Oh, no, Herschel. No. We're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. We're not going to pump stocks in here. HOTH, we know that it's in play. We talked about 375, but we're not going to be repeating the same comment over and over again, trying to pump the stock. That's not what we do here. Yeah, Dan. I've seen that plenty on YouTube. It's wild. It's wild. What can you do? Oh, the Cuban coffee arrived, Dan. Look how good that looks, dude. Let me see if I can get the camera to zoom in. Well, not zoom, but focus. There we go. Sweet nectar. All right, guys. So it's fast approaching 10 a.m. First 30 minutes of the day are just about gone. And let's go over here real quick. And I'm going to show you the SPY's 3-minute chart. See what I'm talking about when I said choppy? Look at the SPY's action this morning. So choppy. I mean, it's not as bad as some of the stuff we saw last week and the week before, but it's still rather choppy. So I'm going to sit on my hands here, talk some smack with you guys, answer questions, any trading related questions you might have there. If I don't know the answer, I'm going to tell you flat out, hey, I don't know the answer. I don't know the indicator, whatever it is. If we have time, we'll maybe look it up together. Because I'm not an encyclopedia. I don't know everything there is to know about trading. I know just about everything there is to know for the strategies I use, but anything outside of my wheelhouse, right? It's like you give me a boat and you put me from Miami to Key West. I can pretty much navigate these waters pretty well and put you on some fish to catch, because that's what I like to do. I like to go fishing for fun. That's my thing, right? But now you give me that same boat and you put me in some waters off of North Carolina. I have no idea what I'm doing there. No idea. So it's the same concept. I don't have the T. Maybe that's why the ES is not moving. Dan, bro. How can you be out here without the T? That's why the ES isn't moving, bro. Now, I knew there was something going on, my man. I have an 8 to 5 job. I only practice trading at the open. All the moves happen when I'm at work. Hard to play. Key levels. Francisco, maybe swing trading's more for you, right? Because you can always enter a position and then you can set, depending on your broker's software, you can set bracket orders where you have your entry, you set a stop loss, and then you have take profit zones, and then one cancels the other. You could do that. Or you can set another way to get this done, okay? You have your entered position, you set your hard stop, and then you set alerts on your phone in the chart or something when you're reaching those take profit zones, so you can quickly get on the phone and boom, boom, bang out those profit taking orders. And that way you can trade those larger time frame levels. Dan, again, this is unacceptable, man. Dan, what do you do, man? What is it that you, what's your job? What do you do? Guys, keep an eye on this HOTH. You got the 23.6 Fibonacci level lining up with VWAP. Let me see something here. Yeah, I kind of like this setup. Guys, keep an eye on this stock. I might get long this thing with a stop under 340. Really like this setup. It's a little bit like an ABCD setup. That was delicious. Controls engineer. Gotcha. Wall Street Shark says, how do you do it? Last night I had Cuban coffee, was at La Carreta. I didn't sleep for 2 days. Bro, I can drink that and go to sleep right now. Like, I could literally turn everything off, go to bed, and fall asleep at a moment's notice. It's a hidden talent. La Carreta, you here in South Florida, man? Jeffrey says SPY is dropping. Yeah, we're dropping right into yesterday's close, guys. I'd watch that level for some support. If that level cracks, then I think we can see a little bit of sell-off. Oh, you used to be here in South Florida? Gotcha. Oh, you lived in Brickell? Yeah, until your body adapts. Yeah, like, I drink you. The only thing, I'll tell you right now, the only thing I don't do is I don't drink Cuban coffee before I go to sleep. I have the weirdest nightmares if I do that. I used to do it. I used to drink it at night, not every night, anything like that. I used to drink it at, maybe in the late evening after dinner or something. Once in a while. And then I noticed that I'd have some wild, crazy, weird nightmares when I did that. So I cut it. Because I'd still sleep, but I'd have some weird nightmares. I was like, nah, no thanks. Gotcha. Gotcha, Wall Street. All right, guys. So the SPY coming right back down into yesterday's close, testing that level. HOTH not doing much. I was waiting to see if we can get a little setup. I mean, the setup was there, but I liked it a lot. Kind of glad I didn't get in there. I was going to take a starter in here. But I was going to let it develop just a tad more. I didn't grab the starter. Kind of happy I didn't. I don't want to be down 50, 100 bucks in the starter position here when we're getting stopped out. So it was a nice setup. I really like that setup because you had 1, 2, 3. You had, look, check it out. Let me show you. You had 4 potential support zones. You had, can you see this? Yeah. You had VWAP, that purple line, the 9 AMA, the blue line, and the 23.6 fib, okay, being the third line. But now watch, we're going to erase all that, okay? Now we're just going to put a line across this level, okay? And now we're going to turn this into a daily chart. Boom, a daily level. That previous resistance zone, we were up and over it. And now we're just slightly underneath it. And that right there is why I was saying that was looking like a really good setup. Because you had so many different indicators lining up at the same price zone, okay? And you had that daily level as well. That right there to me is an A setup. Now, I don't know if HOTH has some news today. If it does have some news today, okay, that would have made it an A plus setup. Let me go check if it has some news, just for the hell of it, because why not? So no news today. No news today. Not that I see. It had news 6 days ago. So it would have been an A setup had it had a piece of news, a catalyst, right, for today. Then I would have named it an A plus setup. All right, let's go back to the 3-minute chart. Let's go check out the SPY. The SPY trying to bounce off of what? Yesterday's close. We are bear flagging a little bit here. This isn't interesting for a short, but I am concerned that yesterday's close could hold support. That's the only concern I have. If we break down under 40.05 on the ES, I mean, we got like 5 points, maybe 10 points to the downside there on the ES. All right, we're not able to get through 40.80 yet on the SPY, but I mean on the ES, but we are holding those 40.05s. Let's see if we start to crack. If we can crack the SPY's close from yesterday, that's when we should sell off a little bit. All right, let's see what happens here. All right, so we're testing yesterday's low, yesterday's close on the SPY, getting a little bit of a drop there. Gonna take a small trade here. See if we can get a small little trade. Nothing to write home about. First take there in front of 4,000. See if it comes. There we go. First trade. I mean, not first trade. First take profit. I'm going to hold on to this one. See if we can get it down towards under 4,000 for the next take. As we start to sell off here off of that little bear flag. But I'll hold the stop on it at break even. Just looking for a smaller trade. Kind of give me a little cushion maybe for later this afternoon, really. There we go. All right, we're starting to test those 4,000s. This is crucial levels that are being tested here. There we go. All right, we're starting to accelerate now to the downside here. All right, let's see if we can get down there towards those 95s. That would be the next take profit zone where we have some support. So already got some profit off. Now we're just looking to see if we can get some more. Covered some at 40.02. Looking for this 39.95. There it is. All right. All right, guys. Not bad. Not a bad little trade at all. All right. Not bad at all. So you see patience. We waited for a setup. We waited for a pattern to develop, right? That's it. Bang. Banged out a little trade there. Look, it's nothing to write home about. Not a huge day at all. Made half of what I made yesterday. But what did I say? I'm going to trade smaller this morning and to be quicker because I believe we'll see some chop, right? And I want to wait for the Fed minutes to drop later this afternoon. And that's later this afternoon when I'll come into the day. And now I get to come in with a cushion, right? And basically, this afternoon when I come to trade is like my day starting. So now this afternoon I get to come into the day with a cushion of all things and see if I can add to the day's gains. If I have an L in the afternoon, chances are I'll be at break even on the day, maybe a tiny little L on the day. And that's it, right? That's how you manage risk. That's exactly how you manage risk. Now, where did I get this 395 from? Let me take you over real quick here to that 60-minute chart. And let's grab this line here, this blue line, and we'll put it down here. 395. See how we jumped off that zone earlier and made that big push towards 40.20? That's why I was taking some off there in front of that 39.95. The other one, the first take was at 40.02. Why? Because 4,000 is a significant level on the SPY, right? The S&P. 4,000 is a significant level. It would be extremely irresponsible of me as a trader that I'm short and I'm right in front of major potential support. It's really bad if I don't cover some there. So I covered a contract there. I held on to some looking for the little extension down to what? The next bounce zone. The next bounce zone being 39.95. Where did I get my fill? 39.95.50. Boom. Where are we bouncing off of right now? 30.95. 39.95. What's this low? This low is 30.95.25. 30.95.25 is the current low here on the ES. Okay, so we'll see now what it wants to do. But that was a really nice little bear flag formation, and we took advantage of that. This is no-brainer trade. It was really a no-brainer trade. Congrats, guys. Anybody who might have caught that via SPY puts or even shorting the ES or the MES. That was a nice little quick trade. A scalp, honestly, and it's not really something that I do, but you get a little bear flag like that. It's one of my favorite setups. You got to jump on it. I have to jump on it. I can't let it just go. Can't let it go without me trying it out and seeing what happens. Thanks, Dan. Thank you. Thank you. All right, so now you can watch and see if maybe 4,000 holds it down as resistance and we get another bear flag. I don't know that I'll take another one, although I wouldn't mind. Because I really would like to use this cushion for later this afternoon. There we go. It just went lower there, slightly lower. Looks like I might not bear flag again. Yeah, there we go. So now we're trying to get that sell off. Not really what I wanted to see. I wanted to see another bear flag formation. Dang, some weakness really coming in here. Well, we do have room to fall down to 395. We didn't get the second bear flag. Kind of saddens me, but we'll see what happens. Now, one could look for longs here off of 39.95. It's not something I'm going to do. You could see a little bounce start to take place. That bounce could take it back to like 40.06. So that's a nice little, 10, 11 point run there. Wall Street Shark, no, I mean, I feel like the 3 minute is a nice compromise between the 1 minute and the 5 minute. But as you can see, I base my levels off of the larger time frames, being something like the 15 minute or the 60 minute. So I look for my major levels off of that and the daily charts, and then I just execute on the 3 minute. I have traded off of the 5 minutes before. Didn't notice much of a difference. I've been trading off the 3 minute now for, I don't even know how long, maybe 5 years. So it's just where I'm comfortable. Yep, no problem. All right, guys, I'm going to sit and wait a little bit, see if we get something else popping off. HOTH falling apart a little bit. LLAP, watch and see if this one can continue to hold VWAP. You could see it back up in front of the high day rather quickly, so just be mindful with that one. Meanwhile, just keeping a close eye here on the SPY, seeing if we get any bounce backs back into yesterday's close. Maybe that can hold some resistance, and we can watch for some further downside. There, what I traded was really just a breakdown of the bear flag. You know what? We're going to use that for a little bit of a lesson. We're going to use that bear flag for a little bit of a lesson. What time is it? 10:20. Give it about another 10 minutes or so, and then we're going to jump into that quick lesson on that bear flag and kind of recap the trade. How about FOMC? What about it? What about the I imagine you're talking about the FOMC minutes that come out today at 2? Yeah. So the minutes come out at 2 p.m. I will be looking to trade that time. That's why this morning I was saying that I'd expected a little bit more of a choppier session, less likelihood of larger moves. So I wasn't really looking to be active this morning. And if I did take a trade, it would be rather small. And that's exactly what I did and executed this morning because I wanted to save my mental capital really for this afternoon when the FOMC minutes drop at 2 p.m. My thoughts are pretty simple. If the minutes come out and they're hawkish in terms of them insinuating further, right, what Jerome has already said regarding if the jobs market remains hot, inflation remains hot, that they will in fact be lifting up higher the federal funds target rate from the 5.1 that we know we're going to have, which means 2 more 25 basis point hikes, to something higher like 5.6, which would require more rate hikes moving forward throughout the year. I think the market goes lower. We could see 390. We could see 385 next week. You know, we could. It all just depends on the verbiage on those minutes. If the tone is hawkish, we go lower. If it's dovish, I'd imagine we go higher. Oh, we're getting that little bounce back here, a little snap back off of that 95 zone we were talking about, guys. I think we could possibly get back to that 40.06 zone. That's what I was talking about for that long setup. Not something I wanted to take because reversals aren't really my thing. I've taken them a handful of times here, but you know it's working out nicely. I'd watch for that 40.06 to possibly be a level of resistance. Yo, Bill. No, my pleasure. Totally. GV Stone. No, my pleasure. Thank you for asking. Thank you for watching and tuning in. Bill says, one heck of a trade on that short. Nice job covering there. Thanks, man. Guys, it's like I'm telling you, you know, you have to know. And there's days where I don't see it, okay? There's days where I come in thinking, oh, I'm going to get larger moves and I get slapped up. I get punished. You know what I mean? But if you recognize, if you know, if you feel, you see how the day is going to progress, whether you're going to get exaggerated moves with extensions or you're going to have chop, you have to adjust accordingly. And that's why I said I'm going to be quicker on these takes and I'm not going to be greedy and I'm not also going to go into regular size. I'm going to modify everything because I suspect we'll see chop, right? And we won't see big extensions. We haven't. Look, you have the push up to new highs, bang, new low, You get one extension off that low, and now we're right back in front of yesterday's close. Now you have to watch and see if this level can hold resistance. Let me see. Yeah, you were seeing the spot. You know, I said 39.95 on the ES, and then go to the 60-minute chart where I got that trade idea from, 39.95. We're getting that bounce after we briefly got underneath it. We got there into the 39.92, 39.93 area. So one heck of a trade. Guys, if you're new here and you're not signed up for the free watch list, remember to sign up here. Send the free watch list every single morning, okay? And if you're interested in trading in a prop firm, 65% off for life. They have this deal going on right now where I trade. Bang. You can get, you know what? I'll show it to you real quick. You come on over here. They do trading competitions and such. I didn't do this last competition because it was on the NQ and I wasn't going to go into that. So you see foundation accounts. These are your evaluation accounts here. You can pick any of these accounts and you can get 65% off for life. So let's say you're like, oh, you know what? I want to trade in the $25,000 account. It's 150 bucks a month. So you go 150, right? You add to cart, you use that coupon code that's there, you get your 65% off. So that's going to come out to $52.50 a month. And let's say you pass it on your first month's attempt and you get funded. Great. You know, you just pay for like a one-time fee, which right now I think it's like a little bit over $100, so that you covers your data and whatnot. And that's it. You get 90. You get a 90-10 split with them. Plus the first $12,500 are all yours. So the first $12,500 you make, those are all yours. Then it's a 90-10 split. All right. And you can apply at 65% off to any of these accounts. Okay. I'm funded on the $50,000 account. All right, guys, so we're finding a little bit of resistance up in that 40.06 zone that we talked about on the ES. I'm not going to jump in there short here. I think the easy move is done. And since I want to wait for the afternoon setups, I'm going to sit on my hands here. All right. In another few minutes, we'll jump into a quick little recap and lesson on that bear flag I traded. And yeah, then at 2 p.m. is when I'll be trading again. You're getting through yesterday's close on the SPY now. Getting right through yesterday's close on the SPY now. LLAP just trading sideways. HOTH fading. All right, that one's no longer looking good. Jewel straight up and pump and dump. That's a pump and dump all day long. Not sure who pumped and dumped it, but somebody did. All right. Let's take a look at Tesla. Tesla with a nice fade down there to the low 190s. And Walmart as well. The same thing there. Got a nice little bear flag formation here on Walmart as well earlier. Right here with this VWAP zone. Bang. Nice little fade. All right, so we're getting that drop there from that 40.06. Wow. And that previous close. Look at that, guys. What a drop. Damn, now I wish I would have traded it. No, but seriously, I wasn't going to take that trade there off that level, even though I liked it, just because I want to wait for the afternoon. I think that's where the easier trade will come. I'm actually surprised to see this one setting up so well so far. All right, guys. So give me a minute here. We're going to jump into a quick little lesson. Wow, look at that drop, guys. Crazy. All right, so let's rewind this chart here. I was obviously short on the ES, but we had a little bear flag formation on the SPY we were looking at, right? Now, this bear flag formation took place in front of yesterday's close. Okay, you can see here these dashes on the chart represent yesterday's close. Now, there's multiple ways to trade a bear flag, right? You can get short inside of the flag with the stop just above it, or you can wait for the breakdown and out of the flag with the stop inside the flag. So if you break back up inside the flag, that would be where one would stop out. Today, I chose to go after the breakdown and out of the flag. Why? Because we were in front of yesterday's close, which was showing up clear as day as support, right? You could see the support that was showing up right there in front of yesterday's close. So the last thing I wanted to do was put myself in a short inside this bear flag with a higher likelihood of it actually not working out because of it finding support in front of yesterday's close. So what I did was I waited. I waited for the next way of trading the bear flag, which would be if it breaks down and out of it. And as soon as we broke down and out of the flag, I went ahead and got short. Obviously, I got short via the ES, and I took profits along the way and got flat down here, right here in this candle, actually on this wick. I got flat there. So I only had two ESs, okay, short, and I took profits as we dumped. Okay, that's what I did. And the reason why, again, that I took the second way of trading the bear flag, meaning trading it on the breakdown and out, was because we were in front of this major support zone. And the last thing I wanted to do was jump inside of here where I felt it was only a 50-50 shot versus when we got the confirmation out of it, it really turned into a 70-40 type of trade. And that's why I took it, and it worked out beautifully. All right, so that's how I traded that bear flag formation today. Obviously, I traded it on the ES. Any questions at all, guys, about how to trade bear flags? Throw it up in chat. Really nice move off of yesterday's close. We went from 40.05 area on the ES right back down to 39.92s. That was a really nice move there on the ES. Guys, at this point, the ES, if it stays under 4,000, it's got room to fall. It's got room, a lot of room actually. We got room to fall really to 39.50. There's a lot of room there. I'm hoping, honestly, that it can regain a little bit and just start trading sideways late morning into lunch. That way, around 2 p.m., if we got a hawkish minutes from the Fed, we can get that dump into 39.50. Like, if we can get back up into like 40.15 and just trade sideways, like in a 15-point range throughout lunch, that would be awesome. It would set us up for a real nice dump fest in the afternoon. All right, guys, we're getting a little bit of a bounce back here on the SPY. If the 9 AMA can hold it down as resistance, you could see kind of grind lower, maybe into 30 to 395 zone. All right, guys, give me a minute here. I'm going to go ahead and have my breakfast. And done. All right, guys, the SPY just really, really lazy like down here in front of these lows. Let's turn this into a 15-minute chart real quick. We're in front of a smallish level of possible support. Right here, you can see this previous support zone was temporary. Then it turned into resistance in here. I would love to see a bounce off this level just so that we can get back up in front of 400 and maybe trade sideways until those Fed minutes. But not sure it's going to happen, to be honest. It's looking rather weakish. Guys, give me a minute. I'll be right back. And back. All right, guys. Sorry, I was actually fixing. You see my subscriber count right up here somewhere on the side on this black bar. You see it says live sub count 14,723. I wasn't showing up. I don't know why, so I had to fix it. So if you're new around here and you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. That way you're always up to date when I upload a YouTube short, a YouTube video, or I'm live. All right. Help me out there. The goal for this year is to get, I think I said to get to, what was it, 20,000. So yeah, 20,000. So we're almost at 15,000. So I think it's definitely possible. Early enough in the year where we can definitely get there. We're at 14,723. I think we can definitely get there. I mean, the sub count has been steadily growing since we started doing these lives. Let me see if I can see here. Yeah. When we started doing the lives, we were at 14,600, and we started doing these lives sometime in January. So we've gotten over 100 subscribers in about a month's time. 28 days, more or less. We've gotten over 100 subscribers, so not too bad. Thank you guys for smashing that subscribe button. Really, definitely helping out with the channel tremendously. All right, guys, so we were getting a little bit of a 15-minute bounce here on the SPY. I wouldn't be surprised to see it get back up here towards 399. Let me show you that 15-minute bounce I'm talking about. Boom, there you go. These are 15-minute candles. So we're starting to get that bounce back towards this level right off of that 397 zone that we just identified. All right, it's 10:45 a.m. I don't really see myself taking any trades right now, especially since I want to wait for the afternoon to come. And then when we get that afternoon set up after the FOMC minutes drop, that's when I'll be looking to trade again. So remember, I stream Monday through Friday from 9:15 a.m. until about 10:45, 11 a.m. So I'll be back tomorrow morning again. If I take any afternoon trades today, I will post about them in the community section or on Twitter. And if I'm able to record it, I'll go ahead and just do a whole video recap and throw it up on YouTube like I did yesterday. Yesterday's recap is up on YouTube, so feel free to check that one out. As a matter of fact, I'll get you the link real quick, so you can go watch yesterday's recap if you weren't around for yesterday's trade. The live trade is recorded, of course, because when we were talking about it in the moment, I went ahead and recorded it yesterday. There you go. Links in chat there for you. So any questions, don't hesitate to reach out, guys. Thank you very much for tuning in today. All right. Be careful this afternoon. Remember, there should be some extra volatility going on, so make sure you watch your size when those minutes drop. And reactive trader, right? So you want to make sure you wait for the minutes to drop, go through them, and then react to the price action, the chart setups, the patterns that develop. All right, guys. Thank you all for tuning in, smashing that like button. I'll see you all tomorrow, 9:15 a.m. Peace.